Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11 and has autism, and we paint together. He helps me paint the backgrounds, and I then paint the rest. We use a hand-over-hand method working on his fine motor skills. He has a hard time with things like utensils, using like cutting knife, that type of thing with he can use a spoon, he can use a fork, he can technically use a knife, but it's hard for him, and he has a hard time writing, but he's making incredible strides. And so I started painting with him to kind of work on those skills of how to use the different utensils, and it's helping tremendously with all the different things that he's doing and working on. I'm a little distracted by I've been using this different board, and it doesn't quite sit where I want it to sit, and so it's rocking a little bit, but that's okay. But anyways, so I use the hand-over-hand method with Owen, and we do it a lot. Every couple days he helps me paint the backgrounds, and then I have been pretty much painting every day for about 4, almost 5 years now. So that's kind of where we're at. I'm attempting to do something a little different tonight, so we'll see. Depends on the night as to what I do, and sometimes it's flowers, sometimes it's animals, sometimes it's something in between. So we just kind of do some random stuff. So we'll see. But today was Thursday, which is Owen's favorite day, as he says. He goes to therapy on Thursdays generally. He's got a couple other therapies and different things he does, but he loves going. He has occupational therapy, speech, physical therapy. Then he also has vision therapy, and he does another sensory therapy, and we are starting music therapy when they get an opening for him. And so hopefully that will be in the next few months or so. But lots of little things to help my boy grow. And he's doing amazing. He's like, he's come so far, and all the things he's learning how to do, and he's got such a great team with all of the people that help us and help him grow in his school, and just the therapists and his doctors and all of it. And so we're very fortunate to have so many people in our just on our team, and just how to help him and to help me kind of go through the process as well. So Sorry. We have a great church that we go to as well that does so many things for us, and with Owen and with me, and just it's always great to have so much support through the school, through his therapy, through the community. It's hard. It's a very emotional journey for me, and so it's nice to have a lot of people in our support in our area and our groups, and just having those moments where we know and feeling supported and feeling like part of the community and everything. If you've watched any of my videos before, I started painting with Owen, so I'd never really painted before, and a lot of times I only use the one paintbrush. I don't know what it is about it, but I am constantly just using the one paintbrush, and that's what I love, is leaving the colors like I go back and I kind of add it back in, or I change it or something, but I like how the colors kind of add the texture and dictate when I do something, and when I change something, or when I, like, there's a dot over here, and we'll eventually figure out what what happens with that. But a lot of times I don't really have a rhyme or reason how I'm painting. It just kind of happens. And as much as I started painting for Owen, I always say it was about Owen, for Owen, it truly has been what I wanted, what I needed. So this journey really started off for him, but has quickly changed to about me and about what I wanted to do, and how this kind of all came together for my painting has truly given me so much more than I even imagined. Just to be able to kind of paint and get that, like, inspiration from painting, and you see, like, okay, so they're all mixed together. I'm sure there's like times where I don't do it as much, but it's just, it is what it is. We just kind of mix it all together. And who likes those is what it is, and who hates the is what it is? I every time I say it, I think about all the people that go, don't say that, and then all the people that like it. So either way, we can just kind of move through the motions there. But I feel like I'm making kind of a staggered story here, so we shall see. But we're going through this together. And I think I'm gonna do a, like, little blurby one down here. Not sure what's gonna happen, because we're just gonna kind of go with the flow. That's what I say. And I think it will need like another little section right here. I always kind of imagine if like a flower is opened or not opened, and it's quite funny because poor flowers that come to live with me, they don't technically ever last. So it's sad. My mom, on the other hand, has like the greenest thumb in the world. Completely the opposite of me. So now let's see. I'm gonna see if I can make a little different style flower. They all tend to look about the same in one way or the other, and then I try to change them up a little bit here. So we'll see if it works. We'll see what happens. Gotta add some texture. I have a couple, this yellow that I just put on there, it's a neon paint. I got like different neon colors. And with the neons, what happens is when they dry, they shine a little bit differently. They kind of have a boldness to them. And so I like kind of putting them, mixing them in the colors as I go along, because this blue in there is another one. And I just like the way, I'm that person that likes to watch paint dry. I always laugh because it's so much fun to me to watch paint dry. Because I love sitting here and watching something as it's changing. Now, I will also tell you I get frustrated sometimes because I sit here and when the weather is different, you know, I'm just kind of teaching myself as I go along how to like interact with paints and the different styles and such. So depending on the humidity and the temperature and the, you know, your room and all of this stuff, your paints thicken and, you know, mold differently as you're using them. And so I always think about that when I'm saying all this, because sometimes I don't want them to get as thick as they do, as quickly as they do, or dry as they do. So that's where I'm at sometimes. But we'll just go with the flow. And now I've been making magnets and jewelry from, I call them the paint blobs. That's the technical term. I'm laughing because that's just funny to me. Maybe it's also because I'm tired. My son's been sleeping again, which sometimes he doesn't, so I'm glad he's been sleeping. I'm going to show you the rings. I'm excited about these. They're the paint blobs. I take the paint. I don't have one close to me, otherwise I would show you. But this is a necklace. But they're when I get done with the paint, I have it on like a wax paper type of thing, and I spread the paint thinner, and then I use those little jewelry things and I make the jewelry out of it. So I've just started doing this, and it makes me happy. Again, I get little slap happy with stuff. Oh, there's a fuzzy line. Oh, hopefully I don't hit there, I got it. But so now I literally am watching paint dry so that I can see how it turns out, so I can have my paint blobs for the jewelry. I'm gonna do a little one of these little nuffers, whatever these little guys are here. And as much as I like to watch paint dry, you will also see that I don't let paint dry as I'm doing my paintings. I just go for it and keep going until I am done or feel like I'm done. And sometimes it makes sense and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes we just go with the flow. See all the pink coming off of there. I try not to do it as much, like I turn the brush or something, when I'm doing like the stems, because it sticks out a lot when the like certain colors are there. But that's okay as well. Alexa, stop. I forgot she was on. I'm surprised she listened to me. Sometimes she doesn't listen to me. I shouldn't say sometimes, a lot of times. So I write every day, have been writing every day about our journey with autism, mostly about my emotions. So if you are interested in our story, more of our story, you can check out our website, which is sweetbabyo.com. And I share our artwork there, and I also share our journey. I've been writing every single day for over 10 years. And then when Owen was diagnosed with autism, I kind of changed my focus and started writing about autism. And so I've written a book, 365 Days of Autism, and it's available on Amazon, or you can, again, check out my website and you'll see it there. But I share all about our journey and about, our therapy and the paintings and just everything, all of the stuffs, all of the things. And it helps me to kind of share our story and let others know that they're not alone. And hopefully it'll help somebody else to realize that. And then I also do a weekly podcast about autism as well. I think I'm going to do one more of these purpley. One more or 5 more, we'll see. Purpley flowers over here. Gonna pull it in there. But you can also find our podcast on my website, or it's Sweet Babyo is the podcast, and it's on numerous different formats. So I'm sure if you whatever your favorite one is, if it's not on there, let me know and we'll see about it. I always sign the paintings with an O for Owen, and then do L and B. And this is as much about our journey as the painting itself, because he's my foundation. He's the reason that I started painting. He's the one that has brought so much happiness and joy, and through our challenges and our victories, I learned a lot, and the lessons from autism and from being a mommy, that's the amazing part, so that's our story, and that's our journey, and everybody has a story. I talk a lot about autism. There's so much more to our lives, my life, his life, but that's what I share a lot about, because I just want others to know that they're not alone in this thing called life. So I think I'm done. I always have to look at it, and I sway my head back and forth and decide if I want anything else. Sometimes I make it too complicated, and so I'm trying to not make it over complicated tonight, even though it's got a lot going on. I think I'm gonna put a little this is the yellow that has the neon in it, so just a few little flaky doodles. That's the technical term again. Just to add a little texture in there. So no, I think I said that, and then again I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do something else. Probably shouldn't keep doing yellow, but this looks like it needed like just a little like directional something or other. So now I think I'm done. Unless I look at my little plant up here and decide I want something else, but I think, okay, put down. Oh, I can show you my blobs now without. These are the blobs for the jewelry, and then I just kind of spread them out a little bit so that they're not as thick, and then they mush together, and then I make the magnets and the different things out of the blobs. The blobs, but that's how the blobs go, so that we have all the different colors and kind of mix them in there. But this will take a couple of days to really dry well enough to use them for blobs, and then they become jewelry or stuff, whatever it is. So thanks for watching. Toodles.